It's Thursday once again. It's time for Better Know Ascent. My guest this week, we got Sam Miller on Better Know Ascent. Hey, man.
Hey.
All right, so it's Miller time this week, as Jared Thomas would say. You've heard those goal calls before.
Yeah, only a couple times, only when I'm fortunate. Put the biscuit in the basket.
So you listen back to them a few times when you score a goal, you're like, yeah.
No, I've actually never listened to it, but Jared's told me about it, and I was like, yeah, that was really awesome. But
And you're a schmelt?
yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, it's exciting, right?
It is exciting, but it's bittersweet. There's some coolness to it, but it's mostly just kind of annoying.
Okay, so take us through the annoying parts. What's the annoying parts about being a schmelt?
Constant fines. You can't get off the bus. You basically have to kiss all the vets' butts. It's just overall brutal.
So when the bus gets off, everybody has to get off, and then all the rookies have to stay on before they can get off.
Yeah, the rookies are on the front of the bus, and the vets get off the bus, and the rookies have to wait for them.
And you just pay.
And then we have to clean the bus at the end of the road trips.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on bus duty as well?
Yeah. There's actually a lot of rookies this year, so it's not too bad, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. There are a lot of rookies this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so how have you been fined quite a bit?
Yeah, I had to pay $22 last week.
$22 in a week?
Pretty brutal.
Wow, so you got fined 11 times.
Actually, there was a
Basically, right?
$12 blanket. I think I got fined 5 times. But I think I was one of the highest fines of the week, unfortunately.
Well, I guess all that money's going to a good cause.
Yeah, it is.
Back to the team.
Yeah.
So what's the one of the really cool parts about being a schmelt?
I guess knowing that you have a couple years left in the league, I don't know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just making it.
Yeah, I guess.
In a way, I guess, you know, the tough love that the vets give you, it's almost like welcoming in a sense. Because if they weren't doing that stuff, then it's like, do you guys even care about me?
I guess so. I guess I forget that sometimes, but when you say it, I guess.
Yeah, that's how you know that you're in. Once, like, you know, if you meet a group of friends, like if I'm new to a town and I meet a group of friends and we're kind of cordial with each other, but then when we're comfortable with each other, that's when they start making fun of me.
That's very true.
And then I know that I'm in.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so where are you from?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So how did you get into hockey?
My older brother was playing hockey, and just naturally being competitive with him, I wanted to lace him up and beat him.
Right. And you were a cheesehead? Are you a cheesehead?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And when it comes to hockey, who's your favorite team?
The Blackhawks.
Chicago. Well, that's a good team to choose.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of success cheering for them.
Fun team to watch.
You know, I would say I'm a huge Leafs fan, and obviously I want to see them in the Stanley Cup. But this year, I thought if the Leafs can't make it, I would love to see Chicago-Pittsburgh in the final.
That would be awesome.
That would be heavyweight.
That would be legendary.
You know, 3 cups for Chicago.
Pittsburgh's not off to that great of a start, though, and Chicago is just pretty mediocre as well. But you know at the end of the year that they're going to be doing well.
Right.
With some of the best players in the world. So
yeah, definitely. And then, you know, once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. And both of those teams are just so good in the playoffs.
That would be pretty legendary.
It'd be a heavyweight matchup.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of Vancouver fans are like, what? Chicago? All right, so first impressions of Merritt. You've been here for a little bit now.
Yeah. It's actually been really awesome. People have been really, really welcoming and really nice. I actually, when I first learned that I was going to be coming here, I Google mapped it, and I was like, oh gosh, like this is a pretty small town. Mm-hmm. But it's been really fun. A lot more fans come out to our games than I thought we would be getting, and they're really, really, really loud, and we love playing for them. So my billets are fantastic. Like, I'm really fortunate to have them. They've been super nice to me. So I've had a really great experience here so far.
Now, how about this question? Might be a little tough for you to answer.
Okay.
Better food, billet parents, real parents?
Oh, I don't know. This is a little awkward, but I'm definitely just biased towards my family's food. I've been eating that for years, so
right.
I'm excited to go back, get some of my family's cooked meals. but my billets cook for me all the time, and it's really good. So,
Having said that,
yeah,
tonight when I go home, I am very much looking forward to my meal, billet parents.
exactly.
Excellent. All right, and you mentioning the fans, your love for the fans. We are led by one man. You've met him now, team fan captain Jerry Dingleberry. Tell us your impressions of this fella.
Yeah, Mr. Dingleberry is a great guy. Love him. He really.
Do you refer to him as Mister?
Oh,
Mr.
I don't know,
sir.
I like to be formal with him sometimes. I mean, he's such a leader. Although, he's not very formal with me. We play Xbox Online, new Call of Duty. It's pretty sweet.
He's a gamer?
Yeah, a little bit.
Get out
We
of here.
play NHL and Call of Duty. I kill him all the time, but he gets pretty upset. Anyways,
In Call of Duty?
Yeah.
How's he in the Chell?
Oh, he's pretty good. I'm better, but he's pretty good. He's his best aspect is definitely rallying the troops out of the game.
Yeah. So he's pretty inspirational when he gets talking to you.
Oh yeah.
When the games are off and then he talks to you actually about the game, then the hockey game, that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Jerry Dingleberry getting some props from one of the Schmelzes this year, and he's loving them. Sam Miller. Now, as an American, this was kind of fun asking the American players last year. A couple of the American players told me that when they first got here, it was almost as if they had a ticker in their hand because they heard this a lot, they were going to hear it a lot, and they were going to hear the word A lot. So some of the guys were like, oh, there it is.
Oh, A.
Oh, you said A. Oh, you said A. So they
So that's very true.
Have you adopted that yet?
Not yet. I actually think it's pretty cool. So I'm kind of hoping I do, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well,
I definitely did notice it at first, though. It was like, holy, like the stereotype is so true.
Yeah, we definitely say it a lot.
Yeah.
And you know what? See, this is the good thing about saying A.
Yeah.
You can say a statement, and then you can turn it into a question.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if it's cold out, I could say, it's cold out, eh?
Yeah.
And then it's a question.
It's true. I guess that's good.
So feel free to use it. You know?
Okay.
You'll fit right in if you start doing that. And if you start calling everybody, I mean, that's pretty much a hockey thing, but, you call people by their last names around here.
Yeah.
A lot of that. There's a lot of that going on. Have you heard this yet? Like being in Canada, check out Miller over there. Oh, he's coming in with a 2-4. Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's Canadian speak right there. All right, let's play some tic-tac-toe. So tic-tac-toe, you're behind the bench in this scenario, and your three coaches are on the ice. It's sudden death overtime. You need a goal to win it. They get the goal. How do you see it going down? Joe, Matt, and Brandon on the ice. Who's getting that?
So it's 3-on-3 overtime, I'm assuming. I see Joe in the D zone, cross-checks their guy in the mouth, loses his teeth, passes it to Matt. Matt, just an unreal sauce pass right to Brandon. Brandon gets the puck, flips it on its side, knuckle puck, bar down. We win the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the cross-check to the teeth.
Yeah.
So the ref wasn't watching?
The ref was too scared of Joe.
Okay, so he cross-checks his teeth out, gets the puck,
Yeah.
gets it over to Matty, who sauces it over to Brandon.
Yeah,
and
just feathers it right to Brandon.
and he knuckle pucks it into the net, bar down even.
Yeah.
And what kind of celly would you see Brandon doing in that situation?
Oh, I don't know. I think he's a pretty humble guy. I think he'd go to his teammates. So,
Even with a goal like that, he just acts like he's been there before.
yeah, great team guy. Yeah.
Excellent. And they win, and game over. Tic-tac-toe, just like that.
Yep.
Excellent. There's this week's Tic-Tac-Toe, brought to you by Sam Miller. Now, hockey players, they can tend to be superstitious. How about you?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I'm not superstitious. I'm superstitious about not being superstitious. I try not to believe in anything of that nature.
I just try not to believe in anything, period.
Some might say that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but, I mean, being in hockey, you must have met a few people that have subscribed to superstition.
Yeah.
All right,
For
so
sure.
what's the weirdest one you've seen?
I had a goalie last year. He even before practice, he would kick his feet up against the wall and lay on his back, and then he'd put a towel over his eyes, and he would just be visualizing making saves. And I thought it was a bit ridiculous for practice even, and it was something I'd never seen. That's probably the weirdest one.
Yeah, for practice. That seems a little out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that
mean, he
practice
was
today, boys? I got a shutout in practice.
Yeah. It was a bit ridiculous, but I guess he was prepared, works hard.
Let's appreciate hockey talk for a second.
Yeah.
Being on a hockey team. I like to play hockey too. I like to play on the beer league, so I get that camaraderie that you get like just being on a team, and it's a great feeling.
All right.
And some of the phrases and stuff that you use to each other. I mean, for instance, like with my friend, I had a roommate, and we were on the same beer league team, and sometimes we would talk to each other, and he would say something to me like, "Man, that show that I was watching was really good, boys," and he was just talking to me, but he still says boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how fun is that, man?
Yeah. The lingo's pretty sweet. Gets all the ladies too, so that's just an extra thing.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, well, maybe you can take us inside the dressing room just for an instance to tell us a word or a phrase that the Sents use among themselves.
Yeah. So right before game time, right before warm-ups, or even after warm-ups when we're about to go out there for the game, you see Henry Cleghorn. He's pumping everyone up, and he's saying...
Henry Foghorn Cleghorn, as I call him.
Yeah.
Make that circle around the dressing room.
Yeah.
Do you know Foghorn Leghorn? Have you heard of them?
I've heard the legend.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Looney Tunes character. Anyway, go on.
Oh. But yeah, like Cleggs is getting everyone fired up. He's saying humming. To be honest, I don't really know what it means, but it gets me going.
So he just says it like that? He says, humming!
Yeah. Very animated.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that's before you guys hit the ice for a game.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, last week, we learned about a word that it was uh-oh.
Yeah.
So that goes on at the same time as humming?
Yeah, actually, yeah. They go hand in hand.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of uh-oh, and then he'll chime in and say, humming!
Yep.
So just a bunch of words like that before you guys hit the ice.
Yeah.
And it seems to do the trick to get you guys pumped up.
Yeah, they're pretty provocative. No one really knows what they mean, but they get people going.
All right, so Sense word of the week this week, humming! Like that.
Exactly.
All right. Time to make him laugh. See if I can make him laugh. You know Christmas is coming up?
Yep.
Crazy, man. So I go home, the once per year. Actually, I don't call it home anymore. I just say that I'm going away for Christmas, and then I'm coming back home.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really good how you get treated when you live far away from home. You go home for a week, everybody treats you like a king
Yeah.
for a week, and then you go back. And I mean, if I lived there, it wouldn't be like that. So I was telling my family, yes, I'm going to be in Toronto for Christmas this year. I was talking to my two cousins, two of my little cousins. I say, hey, what do you guys want for Christmas this year? I don't know what these kids want these days. Like one of them says, I want a hippo. The other one says, I want a Zippo. I don't know. I don't know what the kids' lingo is for toys. It sounds the same to me. What's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? And they tell me, well, one weighs about a ton, and the other's a little lighter.
Ha 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 ha. Clever.
So you heard that one before, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually did hear that at the Christmas concert. It's a good joke.
Did you laugh at the Christmas concert?
I did laugh at the Christmas concert. Yeah, it's very clever.
I'm going to mark that down as a win.
Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, it was a giggle. So I'm calling that an overtime win. It was kind of tied going in there,
fair.
but I got it out of
you. You gave me this glare, and then I had to start hysterically laughing. So
yeah, I get that sometimes. It's not just the punchline; it's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
All right, that's Better Know a Cent this week. Thanks for coming on the show, man. And we have the last word for you. What do you want to play for us? Cents request.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get some more Taylor Swift like last week.
Okay. Don't you ever, with Taylor Swift, she's always talking about, how the guy did her wrong, but it's always the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all signs are pointing to Taylor at this point. All right, so which T Swift song you want to grace us with here?
Shake It Off.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my girl. I had to do it for her.
Okay. All right. Sam's got a little thing for T Swift.
Big time.
All righty, so we're going to do that right now. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.